Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video, I'm going to be changing out a set of Toyo Extensa AS II tires. Brand new tires. Give these a good look. They're going to be going on the Honda Odyssey. These are size 225 65R17s. These ones here offer 75,000 mile tread warranty, and they last you a pretty long time. So these are the ones that we're going to be removing, these Westlakes. I think this was a used tire that they got, and then this Firestone. They're pretty worn out, so I'm using my 1/2 inch Milwaukee impact gun to remove the lug nuts. Doing quick work of it. Removing the air, taking the air out. Making beads, making sure the TPMS sensor is out of the way. And we're going to be changing out the seal, the nut, the valve core, and the cap. All that stuff's going to be new for the TPMS. So with the new valve, new nut, valve nut, and then new valve core and cap. Everything torqued. These are we torqued these to, the specs say 35, but that tool that we have there, it tops out at 40. So just 5 inch it's not gonna hurt it. Got that one in. I think on this one we had a tough time inflating the tire. A lot of times, like let's say on this one, the beads were compressed a little bit inside, and there was a lot of room in between the bead and the rim, so air would escape. Usually rotating the tire like this sometimes gets it into place, so you can get air. There you go, got some air. So yeah, rotating the tire just like I did, you'll get lucky and it'll start filling up with air. If not, you gotta use a cheetah. I think I used a cheetah in this once already though, later on in the video. Gotta balance this one out. The rim width was 7 inches. And this one was nice because there was just 75 ounces on the inside. Working on the second tire here. Just making sure the clamps are gonna engage on the rim properly. Okay, we're gonna be doing the same thing here. Is removing the old TPMS kit, replacing the seal, the nut, valve core, and then the cap later on. And wherever you buy your, let's say, your TPMS service kits, it'll let you know. Go on their website or whatever, or usually it says it on the pack, how much the torque, what's the torque specs for the nut, for the TPMS nut. Like I said, this one says it was at 35, but we just put it to 40 because that's what the preset on that tool is, at 40 inch-pounds. If it were more like, say, 50, I wouldn't do it. I would get a quarter-inch torque wrench to do that, but. I think this is the one where we have to use the cheetah to inflate it. Let's see. Yeah, and this one I think I kept trying and it wasn't doing anything. It wasn't catching air at all. So instead of just keep messing around with it, I got the cheetah out, inflate, and put around 70 to 80 pounds of air in the cheetah, and then that did it. Torque the valve core.
Excellent.
3 to 5 inch-pounds. The tool's preset. Okay, balancing this one out here. And these were all, they didn't require too much weight on them. Like I said, the first one was at 75 ounces, just on the inner side. Like I said in other videos, I noticed that on cheaper tires, they're probably a little bit heavier. They don't come out as maybe balanced as they should. So you got to apply a little bit more weight to them. But on good quality tires, I don't have to apply too much weight to them to get balanced. thing here. We replaced the TPMS seals on all of them, on all four. Every time we put in new tires, unless the customer tells us for some reason not to, or they don't want new seals or whatever, we don't do it. But for the most part, when somebody purchases new tires from us, we change all the seals, or the ones that are valves, TPMS valves. Just so everything, seals properly. You got all new hardware, new tires. Don't want them to leak out and, mess up the new tire. I think this one catches. Yeah, this one caught right away. You kind of get the feel of it, like when you install the tire on the rim, you kind of take a look at if there's a huge gap in between the bead and the rim itself. You'll kind of get that feeling like, oh, it's not gonna seat, and it doesn't usually when you get that feeling. But then there's that other feeling when you're like, okay, there's not really too much of a space here. I'm not gonna have a problem. For the most part, there is no problem. But a lot of times the 215 16s, I always have a problem with those catching air. Even like bigger tires, I don't really have a problem with. But for some reason, those 205 16s or the 215s, I always got to deal with those. On this one, the 225 65 17s, it's usually a hit or miss. But like, say, 195 65 15s, just 15-inch tires in general, for the most part, all 16s except for the ones that I told you about earlier, they seat okay too. Yeah, just pressing in those weights a little bit more, making sure they're gonna stick. And working on the last tire here. Torquing them up, man. I love using torque when it comes to stuff like this. TPMS, hardware, the nuts, the screws. Yeah, it's better to have that torque than to just do it by hand, breaking it, or not using enough torque. When it comes to lug nuts, I love torquing also. So, and the customers notice that, they love how how I have stuff like that I use that kind of stuff, and you know, they compliment on it. That one took the air pretty nice, pretty quick. Balancing his last one. Okay, putting the lug nuts back on. And torquing them up. And this is how they look at the end. With them all installed, balanced, torqued, new valve seals. These are it, the Toyo Extensa AS II. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.